This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can find all the cards in this video in their store by using the links in the description below. Hi everyone, we're doing another Thunder Junction draft. We have a strong pack here. Pest Infestation is really good. It's a card I underrated in the set review because it's from like a commander set. Never played with it in limited before, although I guess it is in cube. But you can just always make the pests really efficiently. And I think it's probably a little better than Stingerback Terror to make like a board full of pests than it is to get like one big flyer. So I think it's what I want to take there. Okay. I do like Fibble Thip a fair bit. Gives you a lot of value. Plotting things off the top of your library is pretty good. Loan Shark's pretty good as well. Back for more in the right deck works. I think we probably just take Fibble Thip. Okay, so we've got Archive Trap here, which, you know, if you end up with Slick Shot Lockpicker, actually is sort of a legit card, but, you know, you have to have that happen. Just having one Archive Trap is not enough. 2-mana 2/2 was with haste, tend to be pretty good and limited. That's no different here. I do like the green-white deck a lot. I've been pretty impressed with it so far. Did start with a green card, and then taking the Signpost isn't the worst thing ever. Yeah, I kind of think that's what I'm going to do. This pack doesn't impress me a whole lot in general. I mean, I like the Locomotive, but it also kind of needs the right deck to really get there. In particular, black-white usually. Desert Stew's not bad, but I think we'll take Congregation Gryff and see what happens. Okay, so I do like Throw from the Saddle a lot. I mean, it's just a great removal spell, especially if you have mounts, which for in green-white, we're going to have them. I do like Bristlepack Sentry and Varmint and the Airings. These are all four of these cards are cards I would play in like a green-white deck. Blue card's not great. I think we'll go ahead and just take the removal here. Okay, so we have three of those cards again. Bristlepack Sentry, Airings, and Varmint. I think we take Airings here. I like it a little more than the Sentry. You know, the great thing about the Sentry, which if you've been watching my draft videos and stuff, you've heard me say it, is that all you need to do is give it +1/+0, and it can attack because it counts itself. And obviously, if your other stuff is big, that works too. But the Airings is a really nice 2-drop. Can attack pretty much all game long, and then it has all the synergy you want in your, you know, green-white deck. I like Raucous Entertainer more than Outlaw Medic. You know, it just ends up really adding a lot of value to your creatures. Gets better if you're going wide, but this isn't a good rare, so it doesn't pull me in any direction. Ankle Biter and Varmint and Mesa are all perfectly fine. I think we'll take the Biter. It works well with fight effects and bite effects, and it's just a good 1-drop in general. I think here we'll take a Mesa. I mean, we could consider Visage Bandit. I mean, I think these black cards are fine. So is Thunder Salvo. And we're not really... I mean, we're probably green. But beyond that, we're not really locked in anywhere. And Fibblethip is pretty good. I should probably just take a Visage Bandit here. That's probably the right pick. Slick Sequence, you know, if you're in blue-red, obviously is pretty good. I guess we'll take Jailbreak Scheme. You know, these two red cards I don't think are very good, so it's not really a sign of anything. Pyromancer's isn't amazing either so far. I mean, I've wanted it to work out, but I've yet to see it or make it work myself. I'll just take the, like, unexciting removal spell. Okay, so I think I go Snakeskin Veil here over Gold Rush. I like the Veil because it's also really great against removal. All right, I will take a Locomotive now, although, actually, taking an Archive Trap this late is kind of worth doing because if we do end up with, you know, and it does kind of look like we're going to play blue, right? Blue's been pretty open. We might end up picking up the Slick Shot Vault Breaker or whatever it is, the one that flashbacks something from your graveyard. Also, if you get 2 Archive Traps, it's pretty good too. You can't really be in a deck that has no way to cast the one Archive Trap you have more than once. Like, you can't play it in that deck. But if you do have ways to cast it more than once, things get interesting. It's not impossible, like if we end up in green-blue, that we splash the Revival. Doesn't look like white's super open. I mean, I think it was fine to take the... to speculate and see if it was going to work out, but, you know. Okay, well, it is a little, you know, here we have Widely Duke, which is a rare that's really good with the mounts, because when it taps, you gain a life and draw a card. So that is tempting. I don't think it's like completely insane or anything, but it's pretty good. Scalestorm Summoner, Prairie Dog, also really good cards. We'd probably just take the Armadillo. I've been pretty happy with it. It gives you good fixing, and it's also like, you know, bigger than everything. So, you know, it's pretty hard to be upset with it. Could take a look at a desert here, but, you know, I don't think so. I do like Lone Shark, but I think the Armadillo is really nice utility to have. I mean, the fixing and everything. If we had it back for more, it gets even better, obviously. I guess Badlands Revival works with it, huh? Yeah, that works too, if we splash black, which it can help us do, I guess. So, ooh, we get a the OG desert here. Not really something you want to take early, but it's kind of a good card, like, in terms of taking it, you know, in the later in a pack, and if you have good mana. This pack. Not ultra excited with anything. I mean, I think playing the Heist is okay. This land doesn't really help us. If it was the black-green land, I'd be tempted to take it. We have another Jailbreak Scheme. I guess I'll take playing the Heist. You know, it's a pretty good card draw spell overall. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take it. Okay, another Armadillo. Kind of hard to say no to that. It means our mana is going to be pretty good, for one thing. I do like Stable Master a lot. Even if you're not in green-white, it's really good. The Paladin's pretty good as well. A couple good red cards, too. But I think we just grab another Armadillo here. And we're kind of set for mana at this point, thanks to them. And also probably playing Badlands Revival because they both fix it for us. And they're good with it. So it works out pretty well. Okay, so 4 power, you say? I mean, we have some stuff that will meet that requirement. We're not going to be as good at making it work as like a red-green deck, which has all kinds of ways to buff their own thing, plus other just 4 power things lying around. That said, it does seem like we're going to be kind of... It's a pretty good defensive card to have. And I think I like it a little more than Free Strider Commando, so... I mean, I think we kind of want games to go longish with this deck, so... Do love Skullduggery, but here I think we will take a Free Strider Commando. Stop Cold's alright, Fording's okay. Giant Beaver is 2. Might just go that route. Go with the Giant Beaver. Don't want a second play in the Heist, and Stop Cold is pretty medium as far as removal goes, and this is, you know, a pretty relevant creature. Alright, I feel like I've played Primal Might a ton in this format. I'm not really sure why I keep getting them, but it's pretty, you know, it's a great fight card, so you play it in every green deck, and it's going to be a pretty great card in most of them, so... Another Snakeskin Veil. Do I want to diversify things a little bit with a Gold Rush here? Gold Rush does give us a little bit of fixing. I do like the Veil, but I think I'll take a first Gold Rush over a second Veil. I'm not a big Djinn of Fool's Fall fan. I mean, it'd be interesting to see where the data comes out on some of these cards, but that one has not impressed me. It's not bad, but, like, I'd rather have a Trick, I think. Are we going to get away? Are we going to get a second Archive Trap, or are we going to get a you know, Snapcaster Mage thingy? That's kind of what we want. So I do like Emergent Haunting. It's definitely better in blue-white. I'd probably just take Lone Shark in blue-green. You know, we're not going to have as easy of a time taking off turns because we don't have Flash and stuff a whole lot in our deck. Whereas, you know, the thing Lone Shark does is a lot easier to do. So... Alright, I will pick up a desert here, because we're not playing any of that stuff, and maybe we'll have a reason to splash red. Guess I'm going to take a Pest Control, just for the potential gems down the road, because we're not playing it, but we're not playing any of those other cards either, so, you know. Same thing here. We'll take a rare because we're not playing either of the cards that are still in that pack. I do like Skullduggery. Black seems reasonably open. Alright, there's a pretty strong black-white card for somebody, not for us. Probably Hard Bristle Bandit. I think it's a little better than taking a desert. You know, it fixes for multiple colors. It is fragile and everything, but yeah. Don't like the Grift. Geyser Drake, in blue-white especially, is good. And Thunder Thief is okay, but yeah, not an amazing pack for us. I don't think we want 2 Badlands Revivals. That's probably pushing it, at least at this point. We definitely have good mana if we want to play some random red card. I mean, it would have to be more than a random red card. It'd have to be a really strong one. Yeah, I think our deck looks pretty good overall. We've got pretty high power level. I guess we're not killing it on synergy, but you know, we're not completely absent of it either. Do like the Plunderer, but obviously it's not for us. Harrier Strix, Rambling Possum, Bristlepack Sentry. I have a lot of 2-drops already and 1-drops and stuff. I guess, actually, I don't have as many as it looks like I do I? But I think I still like the Possum a little more than the Sentry. Yeah. Okay, Green Blade is pretty nice. We only have 1 desert right now. That makes it less nice. We could have had 2 Wily Dukes. But I still think it's probably worth grabbing here. I mean, I guess it's not... There's a chance I don't play this random desert, this eroded canyon. In fact, I probably don't, unless I have a reason to. But I think the ceiling is high enough here that I want to take it over the other options. I mean, the Varmint's fine, but the Green Blade... It won't be that hard for us to find something that makes it even better. Yeah, we'll take a Drover Grizzly here. Right now, black is what we're going to splash. Will things change? I don't know. There's a Cactarantula here. Sandstorm Verge is unfortunately not a desert I want. Dustball's not a good land. I think we'd probably take Stop Cold. We don't have, like, a boatload of removal, and it does the job, even if it doesn't do a great job. I like Cactarantula, but we've got a couple Armadillos at the top of our curve that are just better in, like, virtually every way. So, we'll grab Stop Cold here. This is a blue rare, but it's not particularly useful. I guess I'll grab Failed Fording here. I was kind of hoping we'd pick up 1 random desert here late, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We'll take Bristlepack. I like a late Raucous Entertainer. Okay, so we can grab another Badlands Revival. I don't think that we really want to, but what else? I mean, I'm not going to play Ruthless Lawbringer. I mean, even with 2 Armadillos, I only want to splash 1 color, so don't think we do more than that. Yeah, I was hoping to get a desert somewhere to make that Green Blade better. I'm probably still going to play it, and maybe I'm just supposed to leave in the Canyon. I mean, it's not like we have a bunch of 1-drops. And it does make that card better, which matters. We do have a Slick Sequence. I guess splashing it isn't completely insane. With an Eroded Canyon in the mix. I don't really want another Sentry, so... That is a late Prickly Pear. I mean, it's not the kind of card you really want to splash, but it's a card that always makes a cut in red. Do I try to splash Slick Sequence, 1 Slick Sequence and 1 Badlands Revival? I don't think that's a terrible idea. So we do get this desert if we really wanted to force the desert issue, but I don't think we do. I don't think that desert's worth playing, like, basically ever. It just hurts your mana base too much. So, yeah, we're not playing Archive Trap. We didn't get there on the way to, you know, cast it again more than once. We only need one swamp. That I'm sure. We would run like 8 forests because the armadillos and the bandit are main forms of fixing. Yeah. So I kind of don't think it's worth running Slick Sequence. I think I will still run this desert. I mean, I think it'll give us enough value with our green blade. You know, the 1 damage matters too. That I probably leave it in. Yeah. So means we don't need to run a mountain. Do we want to go 9 green, 7 blue, 1 black? I could just go for it with 2 Badlands Revivals. I'm kind of intrigued by that. We do have the Congregation Grift, too, which I kind of forgot about. That is interesting because it's not like we don't have a bunch of mounts. Oh, yes, it is. It felt like we had more than 3, but we don't. We do not have a bunch of mounts. The only awkward thing about this is how mediocre it can be in, like, your opening hand, for example. But it is powerful. It's going to win us long games. And we can play it really easily. So I kind of want to go for it. See how that goes. What do we want to cut? Spring Splasher's not great. Jailbreak Scheme isn't exactly an incredible removal, but it does do the job. We're not so aggressive that, like, we have a bunch of removal that we're going to be... a bunch of tricks that are going to be great, but tricks are still pretty good. Yeah, probably cut Failed Fording. The less blue I can have lower on my curve, the easier it is to go with fewer islands, too, which definitely matters. I think playing the heist can plot for 1 blue, right? Yeah. So that matters. Visage Bandit's going to be decent enough. We still need to add 1 more land, although maybe we can get away with the 2 armadillos, which are kind of down here. We can maybe get away with running 1 fewer land. The only problem with that is if we're also splashing, you know, that always makes it harder to run fewer lands because you need more sources of a given color, you know. So, yeah. I probably don't run Gold Rush. I think the Veil's good enough because it has more uses. Like, we probably want 9 green sources with this much green. Which means maybe I just cut Jailbreak Scheme. It's 1 fewer blue card, and it's not that good to begin with. And then we've got Bristlepack Sentry. So the ways we have to make it able to do stuff are, you know, playing one of our few 4-power creatures, our armadillos or our beaver, but also Raucous Entertainer can get it there. Primal Might can get it there for a turn. Snakeskin Veil can get it there. Throw from the Saddle can get it there. We have ways to get it there, but we could probably go down 1 and feel fine about it too. So, all right. I have a pretty good feeling we're going to reanimate a Spinewoods Armadillo at some point, which is a pretty strong play. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Looks like a pretty good hand. We have to remember, throwing away our Spinewoods Armadillos is almost like meaningless. Just because, well, in the sense that it doesn't cost us anything real since we have 2 cards that can reanimate them in our deck. So I think we probably still run out probably the Bandit on 2. I guess we'll see. There's something to be said. There always is something to be said for playing the Entertainer, just because if I draw another 2-drop or just the Bandit, I can put a counter on it. which is like not the worst use of one's mana, but now I could just play a giant beaver on 3, so that's what I'm supposed to do for sure. Yep. Beaver time. Okay. Well, guess I'm going to go ahead and cycle this and grab a swamp. You know, I was thinking I was going to play the Entertainer and... Oh, no, I can still leave it up. Yeah, I'm just not going to saddle. Though if I'm not going to saddle, then what's the point? I'm trying to decide if it's better to just leave up Snakeskin Veil here or try to saddle the beaver. They could murder it or something in response, but I think it's probably still what I'm supposed to do. And I'd rather put it on the Entertainer. We're in a pretty good spot here. I mean, we've got... Well, that makes it a little less good. That ward is a huge pain. Makes it a lot less good, in fact. Freaking ward, man. Having my own creature reanimated hurts. It hurts. Not much I can do. I'm trying to decide if I just want to cast Pest Infestation or hold on to it for later. I'm thinking I hold on to it for later and just pass the turn here. Theoretically, they'll play something we want to put Stop Cold on, which would be the Armadillo, except, you know... Yeah, they can't attack us either. Okay. I need more mana so that I can get around ward. Good luck to me, huh? At some point we'll be able to attack because I have so little life, but that point is not yet. Yeah, that is brutal for them. Okay. Do I just play out Lone Shark? Nah. I definitely plot it. Okay. Okay, Ward 3, huh? I've got 1 black mana up. I have what I need now to deal with this problem. It is a fight effect, isn't it? I sort of forgot about that. It's probably still worth doing. Yeah, I guess I give up my Bristlepack Sentry here. Yeah. We're also going to play Lone Shark, so... Yeah. Yeah. So, X equals... 3... Wait a second. What kind of math was I doing? We can't do it yet. Of course we can't. Alright, so I guess we're just going to Pest Infestation here and then cast Lone Shark. That should give us what we need, I would think. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can destroy Rakish Crew while I'm at it, which is kind of cool. Ooh, I did have the mana because I would have committed a crime. Okay. Well, that's bad. She is easier to kill in terms of ward and everything else. Okay. Yeah, that's the plan now for sure. So, 3. And then that was a weird game. Like, they had a problem. They had a problem finding the mana they needed, but reanimating our armadillo really did put up a roadblock that, like, the best we could do against was like 2-for-1 ourselves for a while. It worked out in the end. Pest Infestation and Primal Might will do that. Ooh. Well, it's a keeper. I mean, it's not a great one, but we can at least grab mana. I mean, maybe we'll draw one of our 1s or 2s as well. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world to do on turn 2. I do think we grab our Swamp. That is the downside, I guess. This format has Reanimate, so if I'm cycling away my Spinewoods Armadillos, my opponents might reanimate them. With the actual card Reanimate. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to need to kill that, and I'm not going to be able to right away. Hopefully they can't crew it immediately. Yeah, I, like, literally have nothing I can do right now. Oh, at least I can plot my Visage Bandit, I guess. That's something. It would be pretty embarrassing to play it and then throw the saddle on it, but I might have to kill that steed before things get really out of control. Because it'll just come in as a 2-2 and kill the steed, and that'll be my whole turn. Gotta do what you gotta do. I really hope they can't make an angel here. I mean, if they do, it's pretty tough. There are several 3-mana, 4-power creatures, so it's not like it's a big stretch. I guess just casting Stop Cold might be better than the whole Visage Bandit thing. Probably is. Well, I don't have to deal with an angel. I'm happy about that. Yeah, I like the Stop Cold plan. It does get stopped cold by Snakeskin Veil and stuff like that, but they have that up now too if they have it. So I may as well wait and cast it at the end of their turn. I just have to deal with it before I ever allow it to... Not the end of their turn, but their upkeep. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Then maybe next turn I can do Loan Shark, Visage Bandit. That's not too terrible. The Visage Bandit will draw. The first Loan Shark will not. So... Snakeskin Veil would be real bad. But, like I said, they had it up anyway. So I think waiting was better because maybe they would tap out or something. They didn't, obviously. Okay, you can go away now, please. But yeah, Loan Shark, Visage Bandit, cloning Loan Shark is not a terrible plan. It's not a great one, but it does work. Okay, they have ninjutsu or what? I say that as a joke, but I'm trying to think. Maybe there is ninjutsu on some random bonus sheet card. I don't think there is, though. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you know, it's kind of like a roundabout divination that does some extra damage. So I can now have 2 giant beavers. That might be better. And then we Loan Shark later. Eh. The beaver is good with throw from the saddle. So, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, if I draw a land, I can cast Throw from the Saddle next turn and then play Loan Shark and draw off of it, which is pretty good. I'd probably take a hit from Ankle Biter if it attacks us here. I think 1 beaver's going down, though. Yeah, I think we just take 3 here. Well, so much for the Loan Shark plan. I do think we play our Sentry first, because putting a counter on it's pretty good, obviously. See if they kill my beaver in response. Seems likely, the amount of mana they have. They're going to do something. Yeah. Okay. Question is, do I want to kill that Ankle Biter? I mean, I guess if I'm going to, I should have done it. Since I would have gotten a counter and everything. I don't think we do. I'm just holding on to the Throw from the Saddle for something that's more of a problem than a 3/3 with Death Touch. Alright. There goes our beaver. Beaver number 2. Can use my reanimation spell right about now, huh? Man, if they kill the Sentry too, I'm really in trouble because Throw from the Saddle needs a creature. So, they could have their own Throw from the Saddle here, is what it would have to be. Okay, Primal Might, huh? I could kill both of these creatures. I don't really think I want to, though. I have an awkward amount of mana here, because, like... Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and throw from the saddle this and just pass. I mean, it's not exactly how I want to spend my turn. I could kill... Is it just worth attacking here? You know, it probably is. I'm going to take 3 on the backswing, but that's fine. I imagine they're going to have a big turn here because they're going to play something with power 4 or greater, and then they're going to play a Beast Bond Outcaster. But I guess we'll see. I need like 1 more mana, which is kind of what happened to us in our last game too, and then I can do a lot more. But doesn't seem to be... That's pretty good. The question is, do you sack your Pixie to kill my... No, you Varmint first. Okay. Now we can do the Lone Shark thing, which I think is what we do. I think we use Primal Might to kill Nurturing Pixie. I want to make X equal 1. Yeah. So, do I want to trade my Sentry? I guess paying 1 extra there didn't really matter. Because I don't really want to trade my Sentry in this situation. Okay. Reanimation spell would be really good. I mean, we'd get back Beaver and Armadillo. That'd be great. So they're going to sack a token to probably kill our 3/4, I guess, but that doesn't alarm me a whole lot. We are low on life, so casting Plan the Heist doesn't appeal to me a ton. Like, our best draw is definitely the Reanimation spell, which we have 2 of in our deck. Could happen. I mean, Plan the Heist could find it for us, but I don't know that we'll have the time to sit around. We do have enough mana that, like, I can draw what I play with play what I draw with Plan the Heist, probably. Make one of them huge. Then cast your thingy. Yeah. Okay. It's not the most alarming thing I've ever seen. Then sack the 2/1 to get rid of the 3/4. And I think we blocked the 5/3 here. We do need to draw something, but I think if we can survive another turn, we'll be in pretty good shape, but that is an if, I suppose. Yeah, surveilling first would have been nice, but what are you going to do, you know? We're not going to be able to cast our reanimation spell, so I may as well tap that. Okay. Well, just play Raucous Entertainer as a blocker, and then hope we can cast Pest Infestation next turn, which should allow us to stabilize at this point. With this much mana. We might even stabilize if they drop us to 1 here with this much mana, although in a format with deserts, I wouldn't count on it. Go to 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, there are going to be a lot of pests on the board. That is for sure, which should buy us time to reanimate some things. Oh my god. Okay, well that's no fun. Oh, we can blow it up. Never mind. I keep forgetting Pest Infestation has this whole other mode where, like, it does something legit. Now, the fact they played a flyer is kind of a problem. That is for sure, because gaining life is not going to happen if they have a flyer. Still, I guess there's literally no reason to tap an additional mana, because, yeah, X equals 3 here. But that Pixie can kill us in 2 turns, like, no matter what, so our infestation may not save us here. A flyer was, like, the one thing we didn't want to see. Even our reanimation spell isn't going to save us. Nope, we're dead. What a bummer. Deal with Mindslaver and then die to a Pixie. I mean, the only way I don't is if they block, but there's like no way they block. You know what I mean? Oh, are you going to give me one more turn? I guess you are. A little surprised by this. I think maybe they just realized, wait a second. I have lethal. Yeah, darn them. They almost did it. Flyer. That Pixie has been pretty sweet. I hadn't seen somebody line it up with that 3-2 yet. Seen plenty of other stuff, but not that one. Works pretty well. Okay, works for me. We do have our Badlands Revival. It is a little awkward in our opening hand. So far, like, sort of testing it out, it hasn't performed that well for us, I'd say, you know. Beast Bond Outcaster. Okay, guess I'm gonna go ahead and plot. And then they draw off of the Outcaster. I guess we're going to stop cold on the 4-2 and then play Loan Shark. Yeah, works for me. I do it that way because then I can draw with my Loan Shark. Yeah. Might as well, I guess. There's not any... I guess I could decide to Primal Might after I play my Shark. That's a thing. Do I want to Primal Might the Outcaster here? Does put me in a pretty good spot on this board. Yeah. The annoying thing is they still have a 4-power creature that'll be payoff. You know, it'll pay them off for having 4 power. Okay. Well, with Badlands Revival in my hand, I don't think we have very many qualms about just sending our Loan Shark in here. Actually works pretty well with Loan Shark because the Shark will come back and then we'll draw. I mean, I don't think we do it yet because I'm greedy. I I'd like to get back another permanent, which right now we can't. But yeah. So I think we probably want to play the possum. End our turn. I could destroy my own stop cold and get it back. What do they reveal? A land. I guess if they kill my Hard Bristle Bandit, I'm going to be in some trouble, though, in terms of my Badlands Revival, huh? But if they kill my Possum, then I get the value that I want. They do not. Okay. I think I'm going to send the Possum in. I mean, I can't Badlands Revival if I do that is the only thing. That's kind of a problem. I mean, I could send it in just to die, but there's no point. I would need to crew it here. I could Pest Infestation instead for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, I'd get 4 1/1s, which is pretty good. And then do it that way. I guess that's probably our best turn here. The only thing about the Infestation is I love holding onto it until the extreme late game, but we get a pretty good turn here overall. Yeah. So we're not going to target anything. So yeah, they can double block here, which is fine with us because of Badlands Revival largely. Kill the big thing. Well, that's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Need to find more removal. Okay. Well, let's Badlands Revival. So we're going to return this one to the battlefield. And this one to our hand. Oh, it doesn't work how oh, it has to be cast. Fine. Alright, we'll pass, unfortunately. It's still pretty good value, but I was thinking I would draw. I think we try to kill Bruce if he attacks us, obviously enough. Which we should be able to do. Alright, there's an armadillo. That is some beef. Yeah, I think we just go ahead and play it. This is going to be a stalled out board, I think. Ooh. You know who's good on a stalled out board? A card like Fibblethip. Do I want to plot this now? I mean, I think if I have something I can add to the board now, I probably just should. Yeah. It's once we are at a point where this is how we draw cards, like the main way we draw cards, that it becomes better, I think. I mean, it still is drawing a card, effectively, but I think we need more bodies on the board now. Just because, like, there's lots of things they could draw that would cause us some serious problems. We do grab our desert. I mean, there's no reason not to. I guess if I really wanted to, I could grab a swamp because... Oh, well, there's the card I was worried about. That was going to cause us some serious problems. Only one thing can block each of their things is the biggest problem here. I think we survive, but it's not going to be by a whole lot. So we block this completely and get rid of him. But then we're looking at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 damage. I don't have any other blocks that can actually kill stuff. Which is the biggest problem. And they all have trample, which, you know, that's a problem too. I'm glad I added an actual body to the board. I think they were trying to get me... They said, nice! They're trying to get me to not add a body to the board. Anyhow, I guess these each prevent, like, 2 damage. So, serving them up works. Loan Shark can prevent a bunch of damage. But I think maybe we just want to give up all of these. And then... 4, 7... Yeah, I mean, that allows us to survive, and we keep all of our biggest bodies. You know, just to be safe, we're going to throw Loan Shark in front of something. I can't quite... can't quite allow myself to click. Oh, no, what do they have in their hand? What did they draw? Oh, no, Bruce Tarl already did his thing. If they can save... Oh, my God. Yeah, I think that means we lose. We take extra damage from that, trash the town, saves... Oh, well, Bruce does still die. So maybe we're okay, but we did lose... Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to be okay. Alright, so let's play the Green Blade, which will shuffle our deck for Fibblethip. That matters. I guess I will actually want to get an untapped land, although making that a 2-3 is pretty good, but getting an untapped land means I can play in the heist here. So... They still have a very good attack coming our way, which I don't love, but if we plan the heist... Goodbye to you. Ooh, we can play Ankle Biter. Nice. I mean, I think we accept all things that aren't lands, so get rid of that. Draw those 3. Play an Ankle Biter. Pass our turn. That Trash the Town was messed up. I'm glad it didn't save Bruce. For a moment, I thought it was going to. Why do they keep having mass pump effects? What did I do to deserve that? That might mean we're dead. I can block the Pulverizer. Let's see. So we block this. Kind of have to block that because Trample. Block there. I think Fibblethip gives us... Well, no, he's not really going to be able to get us out of this because... he doesn't add to the board immediately. Our top card's also an island, which is very bad news. Not sure how we get out of this. Yeah. I don't think we do, but, you know. They just drew, like, all tricks in the late game, which is just... They had their, like, overrun effect, which is perfect for the game. Like, you know, our game had settled into this board stall. And then they were just, like... Overrun effect followed by several tricks. I mean, they drew extra cards, so finding the tricks was easier than would have otherwise been, but... That was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Alright, this hand's okay. turn 2 Entertainer, then turn 3 Entertainer, put a counter on it. I think our deck probably has too many, like, situational, slow, like, draw card effects. It's probably our biggest problem. Okay. We also haven't ever set up reanimate our own Spinewoods Armadillo, which is really disheartening. Which is like the whole reason we did that, but you know. What are you gonna do? We've been like right on the verge of stabilizing our last couple games, but being right on the verge wasn't enough. I wonder whether I'm supposed to play Entertainer here, because then I make the new one a 3/3. I mean, I'm not going to be able to block either way. Then next turn I could play Drover Grizzly, put a counter on it potentially. Yeah, they've got some... They didn't want their Smuggler's Surprise. Yeah, I think we go Entertainer, put a counter on the first one. Yeah, that's not good. Take 7 to the face. Down to 10 already. They are kind of running out of gas, but it's not like I, you know, can just hang around. I mean, it's not like I can, I have to be able to hang around to take advantage of the fact that they're out of gas, is what I'm trying to say. A 3/4 body right now is pretty good. And my... If they have another removal spell and hit me for 8 here, I'm in so much trouble, but... The whole Loan Shark thing on the next turn is pretty strong. Playing the Grizzly and putting a counter on it doesn't do much. So, do I just play out a 3/4? It's probably just what I have to do here. Nah, I'm going to be greedy. And pray we make it to our next turn. I may regret that, but I think if we can get there, we'll be in good shape, but that is a pretty big if. Surely they're out of removal and tricks and stuff now, right? They could just use the Verge. I don't think that land's very good, but, you know, our opponent drew it in the exact situation you want it, where your opponent has 1 creature in play. And then smash for 8. Brutal. Do they have the 1 card in hand for lethal, too? Wouldn't surprise me at this point. Okay. We are going to get to this turn. I wonder whether... I guess I'll be able to make a decision on whether I need to cycle the Armadillo or not. So yeah, we go Drover Grizzly. Loan Shark. I think it's probably better to leave up the mana for Spinewoods Armadillo than it is to make these any bigger. I guess if they're bigger, they can block the Airynx more effectively, is the only thing. And I can play the Armadillo next turn, but they can also shut off a blocker, so I can't really afford to do any of that. So, you know, losing to Sandstorm Verge is not... It's not what you want to be doing. But I think we might. I would rather play my Armadillo next turn than cycle it, but I don't have a choice. Maybe, you know, I'll grab my Swamp, and then I'll draw a reanimation spell, and everything will be fine. Let's look at it that way. The whole crux of why I drafted the deck this way, you know? So they can turn off the 3/4, which I guess is what they're going to do here. And then I have to block. Well, I guess it's not that bad, actually, if they decide to make this have first strike, because there's one less attacker. And then I probably do hold on to Armadillo, because they're not going to have the mana to tap it. Kind of think I double block. Oh, no, I can't. I mean, I can. I don't want to, though. So we kind of have to take one from Ankle Biter. Pass to blockers. Block here. Go to 1 and hope my Armadillo can stabilize us. Except it won't, because... Do I need to kill this too? They can turn off a blocker next turn, and then I just have my Armadillo. So I kind of do have to block this. Oh wait, I'm going to gain life. Never mind. It's not as bad as I was thinking it was. Now we have to do it. Grab our swamp and cross our fingers. That kind of works. Play this Armadillo. Sandstorm Verge. Thank God for Ward. They've still got, like, a really good attack here is what's crappy. I mean, it's not that good because the Armadillo is going to be able to block no matter what. So I guess it's not that good, but... Oh, good. That'll complicate things. Definitely needed more removal in this deck and less, like... fiddly card draw and reanimation, I think. I mean, it's not like we don't have any removal, but we don't have enough. Hey, look at that. What do I most want to kill is the question. I guess it's the Felidar. Yeah, I mean, the Felidar can make it a lot easier for them to attack us. Yeah. Making this a 5/3 doesn't have that much value, so I guess I don't have to be upset about it. I can cast Plan the Heist first. So I guess I will. I could plot it to try and surveil, but I think we just need the cards. Okay. Can't afford to attack. What? I mean, you know, a cheap removal spell ends the game for us. We need to find our pest thingy. That's what we really need. Yeah, them going wide is also just bad for us. When we're at 3. We do have one more creature in our hand, but if we brick on this draw, things get sketchy in a hurry. In fact, we're probably just dead because they can sneak enough damage through. So let's hope we don't brick on this draw. Yeah. Kind of have to block. And cross our fingers. I mean, we know they can't do anything other than trade, but we have to cross our fingers about what we draw here. That'll do. Free Strider Commando would have been a sweet reanimation target because we would have been able to bring it back and put 2 counters on it if we ever got to set that up. Come on, Pest Infestation, where are you? It's like the only way... I think that's probably the only way we win this game. Because there's just be too many bodies and I'd be able to gain too much life. 20 cards left. 5% chance of drawing Pest Infestation. I guess they're at the point where they can make my Armadillo unable to block, huh? Just have to tap all their lands for the turn. And then I have some pretty good blocks. But that might just be what they want to do, yeah. They have to time walk to do it, but then they thin out our board pretty effectively. I guess just attacking with the Airings might make the most sense. But I can't actually double block and kill it now. So... But that's all they need, I guess. I mean, they just need... We have to hope we draw another creature otherwise. Oh, okay. Well, in that case... We have 2 blocks that we just win, and 1 we lose, but... Kind of works for me. Ha 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 ha! Are we going to get to do it? Maybe. Are we brave enough to go on the offensive here? Because I can get back. I don't think we're supposed to go completely on the offensive. But I think we're probably supposed to attack with the Commando here. And then we go Badlands Revival. We return Armadillo to the battlefield and then the Possum to our hand. Yeah. Haha. That might have done what we needed to do. Let's find out. Let's find out. That's kind of a funny card, but okay. Does mean my Armadillo's going to die at some point, and they don't take damage. Snakeskin Veil. Do I just wait things out until I can draw my... I could just return this to my hand, actually. Yeah, that's what we do. And attack with it. What do they do? Take 4? Things are looking up. I finally got to do what I wanted to do. Getting rid of Pariah was quite helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now we can end this. If we end this draft without another win, I'll feel satisfied because I got 2 Armadillos in play. No green mana. I think that means we have to send it back. If we have a forest, it's keepable, but... Alright, this is definitely better. What do I want to get rid of? I only have 1 removal spell, but it's going to be a while before I cast it, so I think having a 2 and a 3 is probably more important. One could cast Snakeskin Veil just so my sentry could attack, but that would be kind of silly, obviously. Yeah. Wonder if they have a counter spell. I think we run out Giant Beaver either way. Well, I think they do. Maybe not. Just more removal. Yeah, that's not great. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're going to end the turn here. Do I try to block and use Snakeskin Veil on my Bristlepack Sentry? Probably not. Maybe. Maybe I do now. If they attack us with the Bighorn. I mean, they've fired off how many removal spells? They could have their own trick, I guess. Nice. I do think we cycle one of these, both to get black mana and to guarantee we can play the other one, so... And we'll grab our swamp. Well, how about that? Okay, we're going to do it again, I guess, and it's going to be a big turn. So let's attack with Bristlepack here. Then we go Badlands Revival, Reanimate, Armadillo, and Beaver into our hand. Yeah. The dream. Yeah, Journey to Nowhere does do the job. Guess they're planning on blocking with the medic and drawing. Then we play another Armadillo. Why? I don't understand why they did that. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking I send in the Armadillo and the Sentry. That we can play Beaver Entertainer. I mean, they have blocks for sure, but like they have to give up significant stuff on board for anything. I mean, and then I just play 2 more creatures that are plenty good. Yeah. And then we go Beaver, Entertainer. Yeah, that guy's good when you can set him up. Alright, so I think we just play this out and then cast Plan the Heist. We know we can't cast our 1 black spell, so... We will Surveil 3, throw that away. How much do I want the Outcaster? I mean, it's not a land, so I think I probably want it, you know. And it's going to be a 2/3, even do 1 to our opponent effectively, so... Okay... Well, saddle 3. So I think we'll go ahead and do this. Never mind, that's not enough. So we're just going to attack with the 2 4s. Okay. And I think we play the Grizzly, because giving trample to everything seems like a big game. Yeah! Managed to win 2 in a row thanks to the reanimation combo. Works for me. It was kind of unfair. It didn't happen at all in like our first 3 games, so 2 in a row works for me. All right, this looks pretty good. Got our infestation in our hand. I mean, we don't have a super good early creature, but you know, this will grab us another forest most likely. It'll be a 2/3. Etc. This card is really good. We just didn't draft that good of a deck for it. Oh, we have a 2-drop now. Good. Yay, 2 drops. Yeah, we're going to want to kill that ASAP. Unfortunately, ASAP is not now, but you've always got to kill that thing early or it runs away with the game. So there's a good chance we'll spend our next turn throw from the saddling if possible, anyway. They could kill our creature. Yeah, and they do. And now it's already a 2/2. That's fun. Then we play our Green Blade. Yeah, I think we want another forest, don't we? Yeah. Yeah. Do they have another removal spell? Please say no. Okay, I get to get rid of the Hustler, which these 2 together is a nasty combo, so feel pretty good about that. It'd be nice to draw something else to do. I mean, I could, and I probably should just cycle that away in the near future. And yeah, we'll attack them for 3. We're not that far from being able to cast it. That always makes it harder for me to want to do, but we can always get it back, as we know. Yeah, Highway Robbery is a nice little tormenting voice. Do I cycle this? Grab an island? Yeah, I probably do. I wouldn't if I didn't know I have 2 ways to get it back in my deck, probably, but... Okay. Well, we're not under tremendous pressure. I think we just go ahead and plot this. And end our turn. Then next turn, maybe we play in the Heist plus Loan Shark. We'll get a lot of cards, that's for sure. Good chance we find our reanimation spell. Yeah, crime here is going to hurt. I'll lose 1, and then they'll... I mean, if it's a removal spell, and then they'll hit me for 4, so 5 total. They do have double duelist. Do I trade? I mean, probably. I mean, what else is Outcaster Greenblade going to do in this game? You know? Not much. So... Okay. So I could make some tokens, but I think we save that for later. You know, when it's like a back-breaking play, which we're not that far from. So I think we cast Plan the Heist and then Loan Shark. There's another Armadillo. Then we play our Loan Shark. And in the turn. Yep, so they drain one and do one. Not a lot of fun. Stop cold on the Raven isn't a terrible plan. Luckily, it only triggers once a turn, but they could use it once on their turn and once on my turn. That's probably what I'd be doing. It doesn't look like that's what they're going to do, though. Do I send Loan Shark in? Kind of thinking about it. I mean, I know it's not exactly going to be a good trade, but thinning out their board has value, but I guess I'm... killing one of their Deadeye Duelists has value, too. There's also a chance they just take 3, so... yeah, which I think I'm also okay with, so... Alright, let's play our Armadillo. Probably gonna have to Pest Infestation soon. I would love it if they played an artifact or enchantment first. Man, a Death Toucher is a real nuisance. Stop Cold does stop that cold at least. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. We can wait for it to block, which is even better actually, and then shut it off. Although... yeah, we'll just hit it with Stop Cold now. Then attack with both of these. Trample's looking pretty good, so it might actually be better to play Drover Grizzly here than it is, Giant Beaver. I think it probably is. Could blow up their treasure. Yep. Take some more damage. Well, if I get my reanimation spell now, I can also put Stop Cold in my hand, which will be pretty good. Should we get there. Pest Infestation is going to be pretty awesome. Might just be what I cast this turn after I attack. Well, maybe before I attack so I can give everything Trample. Well, no, I can't do anything is the downside, but like... I'll have so many Pest tokens, I don't know if I care. Probably not. I'm low enough on life that I think I'm supposed to do it, so... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we want to pay 4, yeah, for X. Yeah, we can target their treasure. Why not? What did they do here? Oh. That was a bad play because they could just sack the target. Yeah, that was nice. You're not wrong, sir. Or madam. Might have just lost myself the game because I was like, I guess I'll target their treasure. It does say up to, but once you choose a target, you have to have the target, you know? So. And we did not. We did not have it. We might still be able to win this. I mean, it's not, you know, their board is... never mind. Oh, wait. Ward saves it. Thank God for Ward. Ward's the only reason we're still standing. Yeah, they made a mistake now, too. Not as bad as mine, because they at least got something out of the deal. But, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty big. Whew. All right. So we play our beaver. Do we turn on trample here? Probably. Man, that pest infestation's gonna haunt me. It is a kind of a feel-bad interaction. It can't become indestructible right now, so I'm kind of okay with that. I'm really okay with it, even. Okay. I hope this all works out. They only have 1 black mana, so it probably does. And I think we let them hold on to the Raven. It's not as good of a blocker, so... yeah. Oh. How did I... oh, that one didn't block. That's how. We're still in okay shape, but obviously we would have won if I had pest infestation correctly. Oh, good. I was going to say, well, at least they have to block, but then they played another body, and it's not really true anymore. If I brick on my draw... okay, I did not. Too bad I don't still have trample, though. Okay, so let's Primal Might here. Kind of doesn't matter how big we go. It kind of does. Well, they'll have to block... yeah, they'll have to block whatever we buff. And making it harder for them to... yeah, they won't be able to kill anything. They have to block this, and the beaver will hit them for 4. Well, they might block both, but then they're out of everything, so... so they go to 3, then back up to 4, and we'll go down to 5, but then we still have 2 huge bodies. Ah, yeah. Probably makes sense. Am I dead? No. Overcame our pest infestation fumble where we time walked ourselves to destroy treasure. You know, now you know not to do that. That was the goal. All right, we don't have any early plays, but we do have all of our colors of mana and stuff, so I can't really be too upset. Well, I'm about to be upset because that thing can be a problem if they can commit a crime here and hit me for 4. Well, luckily I only took 2, but they probably also have a 3-drop. They don't. That's kind of nice. Don't really think we want to play Fibblethip here. Probably play out the Possum and hope we can actually, you know, block. I mean, I could go the Visage Bandit route, but I don't think we do. I think adding something to the board now, making sure I have value now is pretty worthwhile. Uh-oh. So that kind of means I need to find my, whatchamacallit, the infestation. Plus, if they get the one that does 1 to any target when it enters, they're going to give that double strike. Isn't that awesome? I guess I attack with my Possum here. Yeah. Does have haste. I think we probably take a hit from the Vigilante here if it attacks us. Uh-oh. Now I don't have a choice, so we take 6 here. This will be the second time recently that I've gotten owned by Outlaws Merriment. Yeah, that's not good. Green Blade's a 2/3. Probably the best option here. I guess we want another forest, actually. Outlaws Merriment is tough, man. Oh my god. Oh, it's probably too late, but if there's something that can stabilize us, it's this. X equals 2 is the best we can do, unfortunately. I mean, that's 4 pests and we destroy Outlaws Merriment. It's pretty good, but I was kind of thinking we could do 3. Okay, we have a chance now. They do have a desert, like legit OG desert. Yeah, that's big. Not loving that. It's not terrible. But it sort of feels like I'm just supposed to use Stop Cold on this for this turn. So... and, like, wait till they tap a Mercenary to buff it or something. Yeah. So I think we'll just pass here. That problem's dealt with. Well, there's some inevitability that I don't really want to see. Yeah, I mean, I don't think reanimating any of those things is super worthwhile here. I think I'm going to go Drover Grizzly. and plot Visage Bandit. Pass the turn. They can commit a crime here. It's not going to be pretty, but I do think we go ahead and try to block it. Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah. This whole combo is very bad news. I mean, it's better than taking 8, but I probably should have blocked with the Pest. Oh my god. So I kind of have to kill Deadly Duelist and hope they can't commit crimes, is basically what you're telling me? Yeah? Okay. Probably should have played Fibblethip first, but hey. Got a Primal Might on top. I'd probably wait to play the Bandit until I reanimate. Well, there's another way to commit crimes that I can kill with Primal Might, so at least there's that. Okay. Well, if I pay 1 here, do I want to Badlands Revival? Plotting this for 3 is pretty good because it comes down as a 5/5 next turn. I kind of feel like I need to plot it. There's a Snakeskin Veil. I don't think we really need to add another body at this point. If they find another repeatable way to commit crimes, I'm going to be really mad. Because we just dealt with 2 of them. Desert can do it, but we have to get ourselves into combat or it doesn't work for them. So now we can go 5/5. 5/5. That's pretty good, right? Plot this. This is what you dream of with the Fibblethip. Yeah. Plot that too. And we'll end our turn for now. We're hoping for a trample turn to get us there. And we can use Snakeskin Veil to blank a Desert trigger, I guess. Maybe I should have left my mana up to blank things to begin with. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, so they almost definitely can commit a crime here. It's just a question of how I want to go about this. I guess I'm just going to throw Ankle Biter in front of it and we'll see what happens. Oh, they have their Desert. But the Desert doesn't do it until the end of combat step, so... Alright, well, Fibblethip did his job. I can live with it. Maybe a Pest was a better choice there. There we go. Been wondering where the armadillos were hiding. Well, I guess I'm going to send a 5/5 in here. Nice. Having only 2 green right now is surprisingly awkward. Because I can't leave up Snakeskin Veil. Well, there's another repeatable way to commit a crime. What happens if I just swing out here? Because then in the second main phase, I can Badlands Revival, get back 2 things. And I'll have trample here. So, like... And I'll also gain some life. So I think... at least getting in with 7, 5, 5, 5 is what looks appealing here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're going to win now. I didn't think it was going to go so smoothly. They're going to kill my Drover Grizzly here, but... or are they? No, I don't think so. Then we're going to Badlands Revival. Get back a... Well, this will come back as a 5/5, yeah. So get back a Commando for the battlefield and a Beaver for our hand. Should I just play this out too? The only bad thing is, like, if they have a sweeper, and it's not impossible for them to. We're going to do it anyway. Put them under enormous pressure to find a way out. Well, Journey to Nowhere is pretty good. Doesn't solve all their problems. I mean, I think they're still dead, but it does something. Do they hit the Armadillo or the Grizzly? Okay, well, they've basically given up. Yeah. Well, you know, this deck didn't look like it was going to work real well our first few games, but since then we've managed to win these longer control-y games, which this format actually has. You know, that's pretty nice. So we've managed to get to 5 wins here, despite some pretty poor play on my part. You know, Pest Thingy and a couple of Armadillos can do a lot of work. The whole reanimation angle kind of has worked out too. I mean, it didn't at first, but it has been of late, so I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, yeah, this is keepable. Hopefully we draw a 2-drop or something, but... Well, if nothing else, next turn we'll Visage Bandit, and then the turn after that we will Giant Beaver, Visage Bandit, or some combination thereof. Yeah. Yep, that looks like a pretty good plan. Two 4/4s on turn 4 is pretty good. Yeah, Fight Spell here is annoying, and that is what they have. Can't really block. Too much can go wrong. Take up the shield and whatnot. So, again, if we can make the game go long and cast Pest Infestation, we stand a pretty good chance here. Yeah, that's very bad. But we can do this. Hold on. How much is the ward? Yeah, it's 2, so we have to tap out, but we can do it. And we'll attack for 4. Hey! You're not supposed to have one of those. It's not right. I'm the only one with armadillos. You're going to tell me you have Pest Infestation too? I guess this is the only card they've played so far that we don't have. Thank goodness I have an ankle biter. I'll be casting Pest Infestation soon, potentially, to make the game go longer. And chump Spinewood's Armadillo, if they get rid of our ankle biter anyway. Hopefully they don't. That's the dream. Alright, they get a Plains. Well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. End our turn. Yeah, that Free Strider Commando is scary. Not as scary as a Spinewood's Armadillo, but it's pretty scary. Be a 5/5. I definitely block Armadillo if it comes my way, and probably the Commando too if it comes my way. Maybe not. I have some double blocks I can go with. Aha. Ward 3, right? And they have so much mana up, but I think I'm going to go for it. Because I can go... Oh, wait. I can't use the other mana from it in time. So... But yeah, I can still make this 8 and then pay 3. So that works. I could also do it with Ankle Biter, but Ankle Biter dies if I do that. I think this is better. I know one card in their hand is a Plains, so I'm not that worried. Should I be? It's debatable. X equals 3. Oh no, that's only 3. Why do I keep doing the math wrong on this card? So maybe I do just want to go do the Ankle Biter thing and 2-for-1 myself. Probably not, though. I guess I just kill Free Strider Commando, and that's good enough for me, huh? That's probably the right thing to do. Yeah, mana that we're not going to use. You know, I guess if we have 1 mana up after Pest Infestation, or even 2, it does make our lives interesting. Because you could put a counter on all of them. But, you know, with an X spell, you wanna hold out as long as you can. That's not going to be good. Speaking of holding out as long as I can. So it'll buff their whole board next turn. It's not what I'm looking for. Okay. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, Is it better to make 4... Is it better to make 6 of these and then put a counter? Well, that's actually the option. Yeah, that's the best option here. So yeah. X equals 3. I mean, this will do a pretty good job of keeping us from getting destroyed by the thing they're about to do. And then puts us in a pretty good spot, I'd say. I would have held out longer, but when I knew that was coming, I didn't think that would be the right move. Didn't think it would be the right move. That's scary. I mean, almost certainly means they have something. Take up the shield would be pretty bad. It's just a question of whether there's, like, any good blocks. I mean, I definitely try on Spinewood's Armadillo. Beyond that, I think maybe just taking 7 is fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, that's what they have. That's okay. We still have lots of bodies. They're not going to be as big next turn either. Their bodies, that is. They did go back up to 20. That part's not so good. Oh no, do you have a fight spell or something too that you're going to fire off here? Oh! Okay, we're in more trouble now. They go up to 35. Okay, yeah. Well. This is where we are. I was going to say, really don't want to see any more combat tricks if I can help it. Throw from the saddle is nice and all, but, like, doesn't do enough here. Sort of thinking I don't do anything. Yeah, that's quite good here. That's been pretty impressive, too, which is good. I mean, this format has been nice and slow, which is what I prefer for the most part. Bristlepack Sentry, yeah. It's crazy that their creatures are so big that throw from the saddle with my 5/5s isn't enough. But that's where we are. That is where we are. I mean, feels like we have the time to cast it next turn, so I think we'll go ahead and plot it. And pass our turn. At this point, they deck before we do, but I kind of doubt we're going to reach that point. Ooh, well, that's something that needs to be thrown from the saddle for sure. So I am happy to have a target, a worthwhile target for it. Well, there's our Armadillo, which is intriguing, but I think Prairie Dog in the long run can just be such a problem. And I'm going to play like 2 huge creatures here, so I think killing Prairie Dog's what we want to do. Oh yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and do that. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, play Armadillo and put 2 counters on it is pretty good. I'll only be able to put 1 counter on it. Oh, but I'll be playing this too. So, yeah. We need to find our Trample Bear. Even that, I don't know. Like, they have such beef on their side of the battlefield, too, that I don't know that Trample Bear is going to do enough. You know what I mean? Like, this game is kind of funny. If they have the overrun effect, we're in trouble. I mean, if either of us had it here, although they have so much life, it might not do enough. 13 cards left in their library. Where's my archive trap? Yeah, we do now have the more impressive board overall. Thanks to the Armadillo and whatnot. I think we may have used up all our removal, though, is the bad news for us. Do we have more than 1 throw from the saddle? Oh, no. Would you look at that? Freaking Gold Vein Hydra. Well, thinking I'm going to block with 6 pests. I mean, that's kind of what they're for at this point. They do get a bunch of treasure, but they can't do much with them. So I don't know that I care. Look at all that treasure. Yeah, not really a reason to run out Lone Shark. Fireball for a million. Okay. I am a little worried that they have a trick. But I don't think that means we can just, like, not block here. I think we try to double block. Could have chumped with the pest, but I think that works out pretty well, actually. Ooh. Well. Visage Bandit. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. So, we'll return Visage Bandit to the battlefield. Honestly, Ankle Biter's pretty good, but I think a 4/4 is probably better, so. So we will copy. And then we'll play a Shark. And well, now that they don't have an 11/11, I think we might actually be able to crash through here, because especially if we make our Spinewoods Armadillo into a 9/9 here. I mean, we're not doing it this turn, but we are doing it on a future turn. Trample Bearer is still, like, what we really need to have a good chance at getting through for enough. All right. They take down one of my armadillos, which complicates things a bit. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to play an Outcaster Greenblade. Grab a land out of our deck so we can draw our Drover Grizzly someday. Badlands Revival would be pretty good too. They just have so much life that even though I have, like, decent attacks, they're not decent enough at this point. Which is kind of crazy, but that's kind of where we are. Am I at a spot where I just send my armadillo in? I guess maybe I am. Yeah. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I thin out their board enough that I think we just go for it. I was wanting to wait till we draw Drover Grizzly, but, like, we have so many more creatures than they do right now, and ours are so big. Like, yeah, I was going to say, the Armadillo is the only one they have that is, like, remotely large, and the rest of our creatures are basically bigger. So, and they could take 8 several times, but they can't do it for too long. If they do block with their Armadillo, it's like a complete blowout now. Send in an Armadillo again. Well, it's still going to be a pretty good blowout. They do still have the option to choose to block here. They don't, though. Well, we got them below 20. Wow. Well, then. Definitely attacking with the Armadillo again. Do I attack with anything else yet? Probably not. They got another tether. Okay. All right. That one's going to work. That one is going to work. They're going to be like, seriously? Exiling it's a big deal, too, because I can't get it back with my reanimation spell. So. Alright, well, next turn we're swinging with everything, I think. Now that they're at 9. Whew. That was a long one. We had the luxury of sort of waiting around because we just kept, you know, drawing threats and whatnot. Right, this will be our last game one way or another. Will we get to 7 with this deck that started? Did we start 0-2 or 1-2? I don't remember, but it didn't start well. And then we started winning games. We haven't run into like a super aggressive deck, which has been good, because we've had some starts that would not have gone super well. Aggro, I mean, there is aggro in this format, but it is less good than it's been in a long time. You know, I started this format valuing lots of aggro cards pretty highly just because every format's been that way lately. But this is one where people are playing tap lands and assembling deserts and casting Cruel Ultimatum. So, making lots of pest tokens like we have. So, yeah. All right, this looks pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Probably cycle away the armadillo on turn 3. Ooh. Always want to kill that thing as soon as you can, so hopefully we have the window here to do it. If they pass their turn... Ooh. Well, that complicates things. I can blow it up with Pest Infestation, and I probably will at some point, but I don't know... I don't think I bother yet. No. Yep. Oh. The fact that they did that makes me feel a little ill. Because it means they have, most likely, something. The question is whether it's Holy Cow. They do only have white mana. There's not that much. There's really not that much that can kill this at instant speed with just white mana. They don't even have the full mana for Mystical Tether, so I think we just go for it. What they probably have is Holy Cow. Might as well just go all in. What they could have is take up the shield, which would save their creature, but at least mine wouldn't die, so it's like whatever, So let's do that. And then let's just attack them for 5. It's not a Holy Cow. They had nothing, so I'm very glad I decided to go that route. Well, we might finally have an easy win. I don't feel like we've had one of those yet, but slamming an Armadillo here, plus Pest Infestation sitting around in our hand while our opponent's mana screwed, might give us the easy win. All right. Well, let's attack with our Armadillo. It's too bad this doesn't have haste, huh? I think we go ahead and just go for the Pest Infestation here. Like, I think it'll really put them in a bad spot. I mean, they're already in a pretty bad spot. X equals 6. Or 3, rather. Yes. Yeah. Finally had an easy win. We had to work so hard for all the others. Yeah, 7 wins. And this is... I think our deck needed more removal, but... And then it would have been really, really good. I mean, we won 7. I can't complain that much. But we had such a good late game with our reanimation spell thing and armadillos and the pest token generator. That, like, 3 more removal spells probably would have been better than some of our random creatures. And we ran into that problem early where we just couldn't remove a big threat. But in the end, we got there. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next draft video.